Okay guys, welcome back to another mod review by MSA545, and today we are looking at Thaumcraft. It is a mod which adds magic to the game. It's a great mod, and I may even be thinking of doing a series on it along with some other mods, but we'll leave that to later. Now the first thing to start off is this. It is called a Thalmic Crucible. But I'm just going to call it a crucible because Phasmic is a hard to say. I'm probably not even saying that wrong. Phasmic, I don't know. But anyway, so what you do is you put objects in, and you get liquid fathom, which is like magic or the basis of all magic. It's a Terry Pratchett theory thing from one of his books. But you put your dirt in, and you get liquid fathom. Although I got absolutely nothing there. So if you use more rare items like diamonds, for example, you get a lot more, and you can fill the whole thing up and with about 6 diamonds, I think, which looks about right. And then you can use that fathom for other things. Now, to make a crucible, all you need to do is, I have too many items on, you put 4 cobblestone like that, you get an ender pearl and a furnace, and you get a Thalmic Crucible. So that's it, really. The next thing are conduits and nodes. Now these conduits and nodes, the conduits transport liquid fathom, and the nodes hold liquid fathom. So you don't have to have it stored in this at all times. So you can free them up and separate them. So for example, if I get a full one, diamond should give you just the right amount. You can see it starts to fill them up, and it soon will fill all of them up, and then you can use that fathom for other things. So it's kind of like a storage method of it, because as you can see, this length could go on forever, but you cannot place them side by side. So you cannot place a node there, even if it's got like a free space. They will not physically be placed adjacent to each other, so keep that in mind. So it looks like 3 of these can be completely filled with about one whole thing. So that's a bit of info for you. Now to craft the conduits, what you need is glass planes, 4 of them in a circle, and a piece of redstone in the middle, and you get 8 of them. Remember, if you are creating this stuff in MC or not MC Edit, too many items, you must use this one. For some reason these ones don't work. You must use part 1 of it. I'm not sure why entirely, but you cannot do it. And then to create a node, you put 4 of them like that, and diamond ingot, and then you get the node. The next big thing is what we call a Thaumcraft infuser, or an infuser. And what it is, it allows you to infuse items together. Now one of the main things that you'd be using to infuse are symbols. I will get symbols later on in a minute, but as you can see, it starts to fill up a bar. And how this works is you get one of these and place it beside it. You can also use one of those, but you can sort of see how these come in handy. They're like piping, and this should be done. Yep, and we get an iron symbol. I'll be talking more about those symbols later on in the episode. But to create one of these, what you do is you get a full stack of these. I'm going to need some more stone, sorry. Mistake on my part there. Put an ender pearl in the middle and a piston, and you get an infuser. Now this thing here is really cool. What it is a duplicator. So you put your dirt in, it duplicates the 2 dirt. Again, you get 4 dirt, 8 dirt, and so on. Although dirt's quite a easily obtained item, so it's really easy to duplicate, whereas diamonds take quite a while, but they do work, and it works with most items. I'm assuming it won't work with things like dead shrub or dead bushes, ferns, things like that. But anything that you can pick up and hold, I'm assuming it duplicates that. And the other thing is, I should mention is, how it takes so long is, it takes 5 times more fathom than it is to put it in the machine. So you're never going to get like loads of free like fathom stuff at rest. You can get loads of free diamond, but you're going to have to match up. Like say if you're using dirt as your fathom, you're going to have to match up about 5 times the amount of 1 diamond does. So I would say that would be just under an entire crucible with dirt. To create a duplicator, what you need is 4 obsidian, 3 stone, 1 crystallized fathom, and a piston. Where are the pistons? There are the pistons, and a piston. And there you go. Now, this machine here is a condenser, and what it does is it drags fathom out of the air. Although it only works in certain points with high radiation of fathom, and you tell it by a fathmic detector. And when you're in areas of high fathom, it flashes. If I go out of the area, which is not too far, just here, it stops flashing. So that's how you find it out. How you create one of these is you put crystallized fathom in the middle, 3 stone, and a symbol, a blank symbol, and there you go. You get a condenser. Now, this is where the fathom comes really in handy with day-to-day chores. Let me just flick on my sheets. I've got sheets out. So, and this is by using symbols and runes. Now, I'll start off by showing you the symbols, then I'll show you the runes later. But to create a blank symbol, what you need is 4 ingots like this. And there you go, you get a blank symbol. And then what you can use these symbols are to create 9 different types of symbols. And simply create these types of symbols by placing the item and the blank symbol. And as I showed you before, you create different types of symbols. Now the different types of symbols is an iron ingot or an iron symbol, which pulls items away, or pulls items towards the symbol itself. It does not consume fathom, but it is quite slow, and it only occurs in a horizontal axis, and it's only if it's within range. All of these symbols range is a 7 by 7 square around it, so it goes 3 out to the right, 3 out to the left, 3 up and 3 down. And I'm not sure how high and low it goes, but I think it does go high and low. Now, then you can use the runes, which I'll show you later. But what these runes are, you can use an iron rune, which doubles the area. A gold rune causes it to go on a vertical axis, because right now I'm looking horizontal. And a diamond causes it to reach. Okay, so when you use a diamond symbol, it sucks it up and puts it in a chest. Now, the stone is the opposite of the iron, where it pushes items away, and it's exactly the same things as the iron. Now the gold is the same as the iron ingot and the stone, except instead of pushing and pulling items, it pushes and pulls mobs. And the lapis pushes, the gold pulls in mobs and the lapis pushes mobs away. And again, it can only be in a horizontal axis within range, which is the same 7 by 7 square. And you can use iron runes to double the area. Gold's runes cause the push and pull on a vertical axis. The next is a mossy cobblestone, or a mossy symbol. It makes plants grow really quickly, but there has to be a node nearby. The moss grows. So moss can then spread to the cobblestone if it's in the near area, which he says is a downside, but I think it's a good side, because then you can have mossy cobblestone farms, and pretty much make infinite amount of these. And the only rune that can be used is an iron rune, which will double the area. Now the earth symbol created by using dirt. It tills any dirt or grass blocks in the area at no fathom cost. Although if you use a diamond rune, it fully harvests the grown crops, but that does require a nearby node and then uses fathom. And again, only iron can be used to double the area. Then there's frozen, or you can use a snow block, which sends a freezing blast of coldness towards any animal or monster. It slows their movement down, and if it's in range of a node, it increases it, but costs a small amount of fathom. The iron doubles the area. A redstone rune, it only targets hostile mobs. With lapis, it targets only aminals. With gold, it slowly lifts the mob into an air, and with a diamond, it can affect more than one at a time. Now a blazing symbol, or being used by a blaze rod, it sends out a stream of fire at any living creature other than the player, and the symbol must be in range of a node for it to work. And the iron doubles the area. A redstone rune, it only targets hostile mobs. A lapis rune only targets animals. With a gold rune, it increases the damage but consumes more fathom. And a diamond rune affects more than one mob at a time. And the final one is the seeing symbol, or the spider, and it detects if any entities are in its area of the 7x7 squared, and it sends out a redstone pulse. It detects the player, mobs, animals and items, as well as a bow and arrow, and it does not consume fathom, so that would be really good for redstone engineering projects. The iron rune doubles the area. It only detects the player with a gold rune. It only detects hostiles with a red rune. It only detects animals with lapis, and it only detects items with a flint rune. So there are all the runes and symbols done, and I'll show you how to craft a rune now. Now, to craft these runes, it's the exact same as before, except it's golden nuggets, and you get a blank rune. And then it's the same as the other one, where you use the rune and whatever item it is. There's iron, gold, diamond, flint, steel, flint, redstone, and lapis. And remember, not all these can be used for everything. For example, flint is only used in the seeing one, so remember, not all of them can be used. Now the last thing I want to show you is the items that you can create. And one of the main ones is the detector that I was telling you about. Now how you do it is you create an item template, which is like a compass except no needle, and it is purple. And what then you do is you infuse them together, which then gives you the Thaumcraft detector. The next and only other item that you can craft, apart from the thing like the tools and that only weapon, is an infusion mold. Now this is a really cool thing. What you can do is you put it at the bottom, and you get coal and glowstone, and then you infuse them together, and then you get glimmering norter and glimmering adimium, or I don't think I said that right at all. Adumentum, I think. And you have to do them again and again, and you'll keep on getting glowing, and then you get incandescent. So incandescent, both incandescent. And then what you can do with this, you fuse these both together, and you get an unstable singularity Thaumcraft wormhole, pretty much. It's the best way to describe it. And also what you can also do with this, I'll give myself another one so I can show you the effects of both, is you can put this also in the mold, and it will slowly get to a stabilized singularity. I'll show you the effects of these at the very end of the video. So, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and a comment, and a subscription even if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, it's only if you feel like it and you're worth it. I will be doing a lot more mod reviews in the future. And also, more importantly, if you would like me to do a series on this mod as well as some others, as I explained at the front, or at the start of the video. But enough of me talking about stuff like that. Let's show you what these do. Now this is the unstable one, and it causes a wormhole. It starts sucking you in, and it does that, and that's quite cool, to be honest. And you're sitting there going, wow, that's pretty cool. But wait till you see this one. I'm gonna chuck this one over there. Now this one's, I'm not even moving, it's sucking me towards it. If I get in there, I will die. And I can't really, okay, stop. But that is so much of a bigger hole than that one. So I highly advise you just to get on this mod and just play around with that for hours, because I mean you can do it. It's so much fun. It seems really boring, but it does literally just entertain you for hours, especially in the desert, because the sand goes flying everywhere as the block and not just the item. So I highly advise you try it out. It is quite fun. Download this mod. Link will be in the description below. You do need several things, which include modloader, modloader MP, Forge, and this mod itself. They will all be in the description. And just download it, rate, comment, subscribe. Mass out.